YouTube, good morning. It's the family, man. And it is, what's today? Tuesday? 7:20 in the morning right now. Man, it's been a long one today. Well, longer than usual, I should say. But yeah, still at work here at our Ontario yard, waiting to get loaded. Been here since like 5:30-ish, 5:45, somewhere around there. And when I pulled into the yard, it might have actually been earlier than that, but because the sun wasn't quite up when I got here. But when I got here, it was 8 trucks sitting here waiting to get loaded. So I made 9, so I already knew it was gonna be long. But yeah, man, I'm sitting here getting live loaded with my last Huntington Beach load, which I was a little irritated by, I'm not gonna lie. Last night when the schedule came across, when it hit my email, I was a little irritated because I talked to the dispatcher Friday and explained to him that I wanted to, kind of stay close to the Inland Empire, just not nothing too far. Santa Fe Springs is it's all right, but it's kind of pushing it. But I really wanted to stay away from Santa Fe Springs as much as possible, and definitely not going to Huntington Beach. Just do mainly like San Bernardino loads or even Moreno Valley. And the only reason why is because, as you guys know, my wife is pregnant, and she's 9 months pregnant now. So we're pretty much on baby watch. And so I just was kind of, I want to make sure that if I'm at work and she goes into labor, that, I'll be close enough to where I'm not an hour out from the yard where I park at, and then it takes, almost 45 minutes just to get home, around 35, 40 minutes, somewhere around there, depending on traffic. So, I wanted to make sure that I was close enough to where if I had to, I can drop the trailer that I'm hooked up to and I'll just bobtail home. I'll take my truck home if I have to, and, jump in the car, or if she had to go to the hospital right away, I can bobtail to the hospital. It didn't matter. I didn't have to go to the yard in Chino just to drop my truck off and then get in my car and then head home. So, I wasn't really worried about all of that. But yeah, man, I ended up looking at the schedule, and he gave me one San Bernardino load going to Gate City, and then he gave me 3 Huntington Beach loads. And I'm like, what, like, really? And so I text him immediately after I got the schedule, and I'm like, dude, like, what's going on with the schedule, man? Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it. So I told him, I said, yo, I just got the schedule, so what happened to keeping me close because of baby watch? And his reply was, no Gate City's extremely low. Did you want the day off? Why would I want the day off? All I'm saying is, what happened to you keeping me close by? Like, me having a day off, I'm not telling you that, oh, she can go into labor tomorrow, so just to be safe, I might as well take the day off. No. So I told him that even Santa Fe Springs is better than Huntington Beach. And I said, no, I can't afford to be off. I just want to be close just in case she goes into labor. And so I just put prayers and fingers crossed that she doesn't anytime when I'm working. So, and he really never responded after that. But I ended up coming here and doing my first Gate City load, and the guy up there that unloads told me that they had 13 loads today. And so, of course, when I heard that, I'm like, well, he made it seem like they didn't really have any, and that was the reason why. And so I'm just like, whatever, man. And so I immediately text him again and, kind of just, expressed to him how I felt. And, I told him that, they said that you guys had 13. And I said, I don't want you to think that I'm BSing you, but I know you probably don't care because it doesn't affect you. But, my wife and my family, my kids are everything to me. And I want to make sure that I'm there for my wife, if she goes into labor, especially be there for the birth of my child. And, I said, I'm only asking you this because I just want to make sure I'm close enough. I'm not doing it just to kind of get out of doing Huntington Beach loads. Like, I wouldn't do that because they pay the most. That's where I make my money at. So I'm actually losing money just doing San Bernardino loads because he only gives me 3. So I don't know, man. Like they say, everybody plays like these little games and stuff, and a lot of these dispatchers are all the same, man. They play these little games. He knows that if we do 3 San Bernardino loads, it doesn't really pay that much money. So, but he also knows that we're able to knock out a bunch of those loads, in a decent amount of time. And so I'm always asking him, I'm like, well, if you give me 4, even 5 San Bernardino loads, like, I can knock those out in no time. But in his mind, he's like, okay, well, those are 5 easy loads that you can do that'll make you a decent amount of money. But just to kind of, screw you over, I'm gonna just give you 3. And then it's funny because they give you 3 loads, and then even if it's not San Bernardino, let's say they just give me a San Bernardino and 2 Huntington Beach loads, or maybe a San Bernardino, Huntington Beach, and a Santa Fe Springs. You'll still get done with those pretty quick. And a lot of times they'll do that. Like, if you call off of work, you say, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to make it in, because of family issues or whatever, or if you're not feeling good, or if something happens to the truck and I just happen to have to be down, and you have to call in and they have to cover your loads for that day, they have a tendency to do stuff like that the next day. When you're good to go, they'll try to, get back at you by only giving you a few loads. And then as soon as you're done with those loads and you're done before the sun comes up, they're calling you saying, hey, do you mind helping us out and covering another load for us? And, most of the time I'll tell them no. And the reason why is because I'm always tired because I don't get enough sleep at home. But a lot of times it's because of that reason. You want to get back at me because something happened that was kind of out of my control, and so I couldn't come in. So to get back at me, you give me less loads to make less money, but then you call me and say, I need you, if you can help me cover a load or 2 because we're short drivers, or we don't have enough drivers to cover loads, or our driver got stuck at a certain place and they're not going to have enough time to get back to make it to that, to pick that load up in time. And for me, I'm like, no. I mean, me being an owner operator, I have that luxury of saying no. I'll do all my loads on my schedule, no problem. Whenever I get a schedule, I'll do all my loads. Like right now, if I wanted to, I could have said, hey, man, I'm not going to have enough time to do that last load. I got to go, and I don't have to give them a legit reason. I could just say, hey, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm going to go home. But I always do what's on the schedule, whatever they give me. So, but it is what it is, man. Like I've heard Justin from Just Trucking, he says it all the time. These dispatchers, man, they play a lot of games, and it's the truth. When you're in this trucking industry, They care a lot about getting those loads delivered in time. And that's the name of the game, for a lot of these companies. And I found that out as a company driver, when I first got into trucking, going to some of these big name companies like a JB Hunt, Schneider, and, Interstate, and some of these other places, man. The ad in the paper or the ad on the computer, or, they give you these sign-on bonuses, or they tell you, they care about the driver, they care about getting you home in time. I drove over the road, but my time over the road was short. But a lot of you guys out there that's been driving for a while, or that hasn't been driving for a while, but actually went through, truck driver training, or, went out there on the road with some of these big companies. You guys all know what I'm talking about. When they say, hey, we pay the best per mile, we get you home in time, we care about your home life, we know you guys have families, this and that. And when you get out there, it's a whole different story. You're out there on the road and you're telling them, hey, I've been out here for 3 weeks, man. I need to get home for a couple of days to handle some business, this and that. Can you start routing me back towards the direction of my house? And they're like, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. And then as soon as your load comes across the computer, or I was going to say Qualcomm, because when I started, that's what we had. We had the old, Qualcomm system. It wasn't like these new fancy ones that they got now, but that load comes across, man, and they're pushing you further out from where you are. And they're like, oh, we don't have anybody to cover this load. So, can you just go ahead and get this last load taken care of? And then I'll start routing you home. And you're like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you guys were supposed to have been done that. And so that's how it is, man, And even with these companies here, they tell you, hey, you're going to work Monday through Friday. And, we usually work between 8 and 10 hours a day. Every now and again, you might, get delayed and this and that. And then next thing you know, they're saying, hey, we're going to have you work Saturday, or, we're going to have you work a Sunday. And they're like, well, no, man, I signed up to work Monday through Friday. That's what you guys told me. Oh, well, it's not always the case. And, but that's what you guys promised. That's what you guys advertised. That's what brought me here. Oh, my load is ready to go. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is, man. A lot of times they tell you one thing and then it's something totally different. Uh-oh, my truck is in gear. But yeah, they tell you one thing, man, and it's something totally different. So it's the type of games, man, these companies play. Even being owner operator, I didn't heard it all, seen it all. So it ain't nothing new under the sun for me. But yeah, man, but we'll see. He told me, he responded to my last message when I was here working like an hour later and said, he's not BSing me. 13 loads isn't a lot, and this and that. But at the same time, he also said, well, we have to get, sorry about that. My air went out, so now it's filling back up, but I know that's probably annoying to you guys. But go ahead and fill it up real quick, a little bit faster. But yeah, man, like I was saying, he was saying that they needed to get 10 loads delivered to San Bernardino by midnight. And me knowing better, I've been here long enough, man, they never get 10 loads there to San Bernardino by midnight, and he was saying that they have drivers that are dedicated to doing those runs that start before I do, which, okay, I get it, you know, I understand. But at the same time, you guys never get those loads during time. There's times when I get there at 11:30 or midnight, and the guy over there, Sam, he's like, man, where's everybody at? You know, man, I've been sitting here waiting for, you know, however many hours, and it's like, I'm not surprised, you know what I mean? So, we'll see. He told me, well, I'll make sure I get you 3. Right. I'll get you 3 tomorrow, for sure. All right, man. And so I guarantee you, more than likely, the other dispatcher that starts early in the morning, John, he's going to call me and say, hey, man, you know, can you help us cover a load? Which, I mean, you know, John has nothing to do with it. You know, I understand his position. You know, he has to get the loads out. And sometimes I will. I mean, sometimes I feel bad, you know, saying no to him because, you know, John's cool, man. Like, I've been dealing with him and knowing him since I started here back in 04. This other dispatcher is fairly new. He's been here for some years now, but he wasn't, you know, he just barely came on the scene maybe like back in 2016, 17, somewhere around there, maybe even 18. But he hasn't been here that long. But, yeah, man, so we'll see. You know, 3 of those loads doesn't pay much. I'll probably end up calling John like I did yesterday and asking him if he has an extra load that needs to be covered. If he does, good, I'll do it. If it's like another San Bernardino load or even a Santa Fe Springs, but if it's going to Huntington Beach, I probably won't do it. And the good thing about Huntington Beach, man, usually we'll get held up there for a long time. Around 3 o'clock, there's like a ton of drivers there, but this time around, I actually got pretty lucky today doing Huntington Beach. So that's where this load is going that I'm getting ready to deliver now. But yeah, man, and it's been pretty much live load, live unload all day after my Gate City load that I did, San Bernardino. I've had this exact same trailer that I picked up. No, I take that back. So I was able to drop and hook on my second load, my very first Huntington Beach. But ever since that first one, I've been live unloaded there at Huntington Beach and live loaded here. So I've had the same exact trailer. So, I mean, it's not really a bad thing, but it is what it is. But yeah, man, so I'm gonna go back here and grab this paperwork and hit the road. Oh, appreciate it. Thought I was gonna have to climb up here, but Martin actually he actually pulled the door down for me. So,
no baby yet?
Nope, not yet.
What are you recording over here?
For YouTube.
Oh, now you're a YouTuber?
Oh yeah, I just started.
What do you put on that? That's where you strap it at?
Yeah. A lot of times if I'm just walking, hands free.
We're dragging mud flaps. Put that on YouTube.
Nah, the air go up. The air is just coming up.
How long you been here?
Since maybe like 5.
What?
Right before 6 o'clock.
Where are you going?
Huntington Beach. That's where you going?
Yeah, but I was already over there for almost 2 hours.
Right.
And now I got 5 trucks in front of me.
When I got here, it was 8. I was number 9. So that's why I've been here for that long.
It's your last one, you have another one?
No, this is my last one.
Yeah, 3 or 4?
3.
Yeah,
But
I'm not gonna do it.
like I told him, I'm on baby watch, so.
I know, I saw you Huntington, I was like, wait, that's a little far.
Dude, he literally, he sent the schedule to me last night, and I texted him immediately. He gave me a Gate City and 3 Huntington Beach loads, and I'm like, Josh, man, like what the?
I knew you
And then his whole thing was, well, there's no more gate cities extremely low. But then when I got down there, first thing Sam says, nah, man, we got 13 loads coming from you guys today. But then he told me that they have to get 10 gate city loads there by midnight. I said, when have they ever got 10 gate city loads there by midnight? Ever. Exactly. We'll see. All right, man. Yeah, that was another owner operator, Mikey. But yeah, Mikey, he's the one, like, he don't care. Like, he just, I don't know if you guys heard him, but he said he's not doing his last one. So yeah, Mike doesn't care. Mike could go in there and tell him, like, hey man, it's too late. I'm not doing that last one. I'm going home. But yeah, I'm not gonna go that far and tell him that, because like I said, I'll do everything on my on the schedule. I don't mind, unless it's like something going on to where I can't do it. But yeah, guys, we'll see, man. We'll see if they're gonna have something else for me tomorrow. If not, it'll just be an early day. Like, I'm not tripping. You know, I'm expecting for this next week and a half, up until she has the baby, to not be doing that many loads. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, not doing 4 loads a day or more, it definitely affects you, especially if you're doing it all week long, or if you're missing, you know, a day or two. Like, literally these next 2 weeks, I'll be about $2,000 short of what I normally make, and that's a lot. I know you guys are probably like, wow, oh dang, man. See, I don't feel too bad. I mean, I feel bad for them, man. A lot of these guys, like Tim, he's been there since I first pulled in. He was here before me. And then a couple of other drivers were here before me. Willie's leaving right now. He was here before me, but he's just now leaving. So yeah, man, they can be slow up here, extremely slow. But at the other yards that we pick up out of Chino, they got 2 different Chino yards, and they actually do a pretty good job. They get you in and out a lot quicker than here. This is their main warehouse, but I don't know, guys. This, you know, it is what it is, man. That's a part of the trucking game. Like they say, hurry up and wait. Yeah, I know Tim's upset. He's probably pissed off. But yeah, that's how it is up here. Hurry up and wait. That's how it is in the trucking game. So it just goes with the territory. You either gotta love it or hate it and deal with it or not. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here, man, and go ahead and get this load delivered. But Richard, Jeff, those 2 guys right here have been here before me. When I started in 04, they were already drivers here. But yeah, there go JP, another one of our senior drivers. Some good dudes, man, that I work with. Real good guys. But yeah, man, we're gonna get on up out of here and get this load delivered. That was my little, I was venting to you guys. That was my little rant for the morning. I didn't really record any footage today, because it's pretty much, I pretty much go to the same places all the time. So I don't know, I might record some driving right now. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you guys will know when I'm dropping new content. And get out of this gate. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get this load delivered, like I said, so I can get home to the big belly pregnant lady. And my babies, I think my daughter's going to school. I think she feels better. Yeah, I'll probably be off in enough time to pick the kids up. Well, I'll definitely be off to pick them up, but I'm just trying to get her, or have her, to not do as much as possible, because, you know, she's getting harder and harder for her to kind of move around and stuff. So that's another reason why I wanted to stay close and get done early, so she can kind of stay at home and relax and not have to wake up and get the kids dressed and take them to school and all of that. So, but anyway, like I said, man, we're gonna get this load delivered and get up out of here. So again, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. God bless you guys, man, and enjoy the rest of you guys' day. Peace.